The man simply wanted an easy turkey pie for Thanksgiving, but 2 robbers intervened, leaving the owner battered like a freshly cooked turkey. He hid behind the shelf in panic. He prayed desperately to God, hoping not to be noticed, but God seemed to be taking a nap. The robbers had no idea their foolish actions would ignite the fury of the old lady's 4 sons. How dare they rough up our town's sweet grandma? Everyone in town was fuming. At grandma's funeral, the whole town showed up to pay their respects because she was known as a saint of the town, helping countless orphans. What a living legend. But her 4 sons were a real headache, so she took them in like they were her own kids, fearing they'd starve on the streets. What a kind-hearted mom. Sadly, decades of top-notch parenting didn't turn them into good boys. The tough guy of the bunch led his brothers to become gangland elite in just a year. Even though they ran amok outside, Grandma never gave up hope on them, trying to inspire kindness in her boys. Eventually, her endless patience paid off. They finally turned over a new leaf and started living like normal humans. After Grandma passed away, the 4 brothers, who were not even related, gathered again. At the dinner table, they buddy up like old times, whispering blessings and enjoying the turkey dinner their mom should have brought home. Although their mother's figure was no longer there, everyone would instinctively look towards that vacant seat, as if her caring voice still whispered in their ears. These 4 brothers from different backgrounds fell silent, yet united by one simple feeling in their heart. That feeling was vengeance. To track down their mother's killer, they found her lawyer, who regretted the situation deeply. Though they met just once, he remembered her clearly. Soon, the lawyer took out a box with $400,000 insurance left by his mom. Also, birth and adoption certificates of the brothers led them, full of sorrow, to the bar. The bar owner, a man helped by Grandma, shared some explosive news with the brothers. Subtitles: on the crime night, a thug at the basketball court saw everything. The leader, pumped up, took his men to see cancers. So the older brother set out to confront the thug for revenge. Unexpectedly, the second brother chimed in, suggesting they should call the cops instead. Subtitles: he even brought up his late mother, asserting that he was a legitimate businessman and had no desire to be involved in this matter any longer, and then ran away, leaving his brothers behind. Although the second brother's sudden exit left the others grumbling, surprising news got them energized. It turned out there was a gang that specialized in robbing stores, and the older brother realized the usual ways wouldn't help. He decided to use his own methods for revenge. He drew out long sealed weapons, ready to return with vengeance like a raging flood. He brought along 2 younger brothers to find the thug, dousing him in gasoline and demanding details about that night. Faced with 3 menacing and fierce brothers, the thug began to babble nonsense incoherently. The eldest brother detected his lies and punched him fiercely with one blow after another. A winter wind chilled the air, but the older brother didn't seem to mind, grabbing the thug and heading for the basketball court. Upon arriving at the court, they found it brightly lit. Checking the time, they realized over 5 minutes had passed. In a rage, he called his brothers to grab the thug and teach him a lesson, but at that moment, the court light suddenly went out. Turns out, he wasn't lying. The older brother felt a twinge of unease, knowing many pros use robbery as a cover for murder. The lurking killers often pay people to lie, leading the police to think it's an ordinary robbery, making it harder to catch them. Just as the older brother was busy recalling his enemies, the mention of surveillance footage by the thug sparked a new hope. The next morning, the 4 brothers hurried to the store to view the footage, their hearts shattered by the sight of their mother's murder. The footage showed the robbers had gotten away with cash, all masked up, making it impossible to identify them. So why kill her? Every clue hinted that their mother's death was no accident, but a carefully planned murder. The boss told them the witness testifying to the police often played at the gym opposite and described their appearance. In their quest to find the afro-headed witness, the brothers charged into the gym and interrupted the game. But to silence the crowd, they had to employ some tactics, so the older brother intentionally provoked the biggest guy on the court. Everyone rushed in to investigate, but the older brother wasn't going to lose his cool. When he shouted out the witness description, lo and behold, a kid stepped forward. The fourth brother sensed something fishy and hurriedly chased after him. Trapped by their brothers, the kid had no choice but to confess that his brother had been the one to falsify testimony. So they laid in wait near the witness house, but the second brother used the excuse of picking up a kid and vanished again. Eventually, they spotted their target returning, and the brothers pounced to intercept him, only for the oldest, in a moment of panic, to take off running instead. Without hesitation, the brothers followed. The leader left one to note the elevator's stop floor. The third brother took the staircase, and when the elevator finally stopped on the 6th floor, the oldest brother got to the door just in time, only to be greeted by a dog that was ready to bite. He struggled to escape as the dog clamped down on his arm, while the second brother hurried to fend off the aggressive pup with a fire extinguisher. The two dashed into the room, finding the witness trying to escape by pulling on a rope, while the young man was frantically resisting. Faced with this, the eldest brother flew into rage, grabbed a knife and fiercely sliced the rope. The brothers walked over calmly. By now, the thug couldn't move. To save himself, he spilled the beans, naming 2 thugs who were currently partying it up at a club. Little did he know that trouble was on the way. The brothers stormed into a restaurant, spotting those 2 thugs, only for the thugs to strike first. The thugs immediately whipped out their guns, allowing them to make a break for it. The brothers chased them out, with the 4th brother shouting to open fire. Unfortunately, they escaped. Found the culprits, the brothers wouldn't give up and chased them. What followed was a wild chase through the snowfall, and they finally managed to intercept the criminals, flipping their car over. They sought the mastermind, but robbers refused, giving no useful info. The leader had no time for nonsense.